Alright, so today I want to show you 40 reticulated python hatchlings fresh out of the incubator, seeing them for the very first time, which would be pretty interesting. A few days ago I actually did an egg cutting video. We cut these eggs open and kind of peeked inside, and let me tell you, when you're doing an egg cutting video you really can't tell what the snake looks like. You can kind of get a relative idea, but you're looking through goop and slime and bubbles and you really can't see what is going on in the egg. And today, 3 days later, I'm sure all those snakes are definitely out of all those eggs, so it'll be kind of interesting to see what they look like. And these all are pretty much the same. They'll all be 50% dwarf, almost 20% super dwarf, and about 30% mainland, and they'll all be lavender albino reticulated pythons. And kind of the interesting thing is I did a video about this a few days ago, and after that video I had a whole bunch of people saying, hey, I want to buy one of those snakes. And believe it or not, I already sold 3 of them with, other people, kind of kicking tires, thinking about buying one. And that's the first time I've actually sold snakes that are still in the incubator, which is pretty wild. We ended up with 37 eggs and we had 3 sets of twins, so we actually have at least 40 snakes in the incubator. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pull them out of the incubator. We'll get a closer look at them. I'm actually going to pull a name out of the jar. We'll name each one and then we'll put them up in the hatchling rack. I'll have to move pretty quick because with 40 snakes, if I take just a minute a piece, that's like a 40-minute video, which is a long time to go through all these snakes. So I'll kind of keep the pace going and we'll move through these snakes pretty quick. And if you want to buy one, I actually have a link underneath this video to my Morph Market store. You can go over there and message me if you're interested in one of these. And keep in mind, I probably won't, ship them out until they're ready to be shipped, which is probably at least 2 to 3 weeks before they're ready. They still have to shed and they have to have at least 3 meals before I ship them out. And on these, I'd say I feel a little bit more comfortable just feeding 3 meals versus ball pythons. Sometimes ball pythons can be pretty picky, so I kind of wait until I feed at least 6 to 10 meals so they really get started really good before I send them to the customers. But with reticulated pythons, let me tell you, you never have to use anything live usually, and they always eat every single time. Let me tell you, with my 2 retics when they were small, they would eat absolutely anything. You have to be careful when you open the tub because they're always coming out in that really strong feeding response, which is kind of crazy. Of course, you can tame them down pretty easy. Reticulated pythons, are often known as the gentle giants. Although these, with the dwarf and the super dwarf, they definitely won't get as big as a full-size reticulated python. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start pulling out these tubs. We'll take a look at these snakes. I'm pretty excited about it, and we'll put them up in the hatchling rack. All right, so I'm gonna start with this one. This is the one with just 1 snake in it that, this is the one that kind of snapped at me when I first, I'll try to do this without getting bit, but this guy was a little bit crazy. Look at how beautiful he is. Wow, take a look at that. Nice. That's a beautiful snake right there. All right, let's see if we can pick him up here without taking a bite. Look at that, beautiful. Let me see if I can move the light over. Ooh, he's a little squirrely, Not too bad. Kind of the first time being held, so let me see if I get my lighting a little bit better here so you can see a little bit better. I'm friendly, I'm not your enemy. I won't hurt you, You're okay, Alright, so usually what I look for in a new snake is any kinks in the spine. Look at how long he is. Super, super long. No kinks, no problems. I usually look at the head for like genetic defects. Doesn't look like he has any problems. He has both eyes. No problems with his mouth or anything. Looking good. Little touchy. Little flighty, I'd say. Not too bad. Alright, so let's get a name for this guy. He is beautiful. That is a beautiful snake right there. That's pretty awesome. Alright, this guy's name is Bozo. His name is Bozo. Look, he's like, I think he's ready to eat. I think that's what the deal is. He's like ready for something to eat for the first time. Oh yeah. He's like, all right, buddy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't bite me, don't bite me. Ooh, he is feisty. Look at how feisty he is. All right. Come on, buddy. Wow. Definitely not like a ball python. I think I definitely have to tame this guy down. Wow. He's like biting at everything. All right, this is Bozo. If you want to challenge, this guy is a handful. I'm definitely going to be taming these guys down over the next while. I'll probably go through, hold them a little bit every day, every other day, every couple days. Yeah, this guy is kind of scared. He just needs a little bit of handling here. Wow. So this guy is fired up. I'm surprised I haven't shed any blood on this guy yet. Huh. Completely different than ball pythons, that is for sure. I almost feel like I need to hold on to him for like 20 minutes to really tame him down. I know this video is going to be quick, hopefully. But this guy definitely needs some handling. I think he's just kind of freaked out. Definitely a smarter snake, it seems like, than ball pythons. More aware, a little bit more defensive, I'd say. I've never had a ball python come out of the egg and snap like that. I've had some older ones kind of get snappy like that. But look, he's already taming down. Already taming down. I think these guys will be just fine. All right, so I want to put them. I want to put them up in the hatchling rack. So I'm putting them in these tubs. These are actually ball python hatchling tubs that I want to put them in. Well, this could be interesting. Going through all these snakes to see how friendly they are right out of the incubator, and how much we can tame them down. I feel like I need to spend some quality time with these guys just to really get them going. Really seems like he's calming down quite a bit already. All right, so there you go. That is Bozo. Beautiful snake. All right, I'm putting him up in the hatchling rack. I need 2 hands for this one. All right, buddy. Alright, so I printed out the label. Bozo, Lavender Albino Retic, 50% dwarf, 19% super dwarf. It's actually 18.75% super dwarf, but it's close to 19. Alright, so I decided today not to worry about the males and the females, probing them or anything. Yeah, this video I think is already going to be long enough. It's going to be, these are definitely going to be a challenge. Alright, so take a look at these. Alright, so what do we got here? We got some empty eggs. Look at how big these eggs are. These are like dinosaur eggs. They're so huge. And I think the other one, I think it was really kind of flighty because it hadn't really been around other snakes that have been touching it. Like in this, they've been touching each other, so they're used to kind of being touched. And with that other box with just the one snake, maybe. But take a look at that. Look at how beautiful they are. Absolutely beautiful. And they haven't shed yet, so after the first shed, they will definitely, let's see how this guy does here. I think these guys are gonna do better. Not so flighty. Let's take a look at this one. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Alright, yeah, look at that. Doing pretty good. Got a pretty clear belly on this guy. Really super long and skinny. Alright, so it looked like the other one was kind of eyeing me. I think mainly this is like a food response on these guys because they're so absolutely food crazed. As hatchlings, I think they're just looking for something to eat. And they've never eaten before, so I think most of it is just like a snapping for food. And a lot of times hatchlings get kind of confused too, because they don't know the difference between food and people. And a lot of times they'll bite you in a food response, not realizing that that you're not food. I think that's kind of what's going on with these guys. Once you get a few meals into them, once they know the difference between eating a rodent and being handled, then they'll figure it out. But a lot of times it takes a little bit to get figured out. All right, so this guy's, I pulled a name out of the bucket here. This is an interesting name. Whoever came up with this name, I actually got these names from the audience. This one is Univega. Not sure where they got that name. Well, it sounds like an action figure or something. Univega. All right. All right, so I want to put this one up in the hatchling rack. It's looking like he's doing pretty good. No problems with his eyes or his mouth or anything. Doesn't seem like he's as wild and crazy as the other one. Look at the pattern on this guy. Absolutely beautiful. I think it's good too to maybe touch the head with your hand, which I didn't do on the last one, to kind of show him, yes, you don't want to eat me. I am your friend. Look at how beautiful. Once these shed out, they're even more impressive. It's like night and day usually when a snake comes out of the egg and hasn't shed yet until the very first shed. Beautiful looking snake. Really curious. Very curious. Like almost like a little Bobby. Super curious. This one is really awesome. All right, Univega. Interesting name. All right, so I want to move on to the next one. This is a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be with these guys. I was going to go through them pretty quickly, but I feel like I need to spend a little bit extra time. Oh, that's interesting. These guys have, this one has an umbilical cord issue. Take a look at that. That's not good. I'm guessing that will fall off. Might have to make a note on that one. This guy looks like he's got something stuck to the umbilical cord, but it looks just like a little piece of dirt. Doesn't look like it's a problem. This guy's looking good, has both eyes, no kinks. Looking good, looking good. Hasn't bit me yet. Beautiful snake. Doesn't seem, these don't seem as flighty as that other one that was all alone in the box. Look at how beautiful the pattern is. Whoa! I'd say they're very, very head shy. Super head shy. That's what he was jumping at. Look at the beautiful pattern. He's going to be really nice once he sheds out. And I think he's mostly orange now, but he'll definitely turn more of a kind of a purplish color, I think, once he sheds out. Look at the line on the top of the head. That is awesome. That's pretty cool. All right, should we pick a name for this one? All right. How about Trolley? T-R-O-L-L-I. That's kind of a cool name. All right, so we're down to the last one in this box, and this is the one that looks like it has a problem with the umbilical cord. Be really gentle. First contact. First contact with people, yes. Take a look at that beauty. It's kind of covered in vermiculite. Hasn't shed out yet, so you really can't see what he really looks like. But this one looks like, wow, looks like he's really got that shed on there that's kind of dulling him out. But look at that, that's crazy. It looks like that would dry up and fall off. I don't think it'll be a problem. But I'm definitely going to mark the tub on this one. You have to be really careful with umbilical cord issues like that. So I'm just going to mark the tub and keep an eye on them. If it gets infected or something, I'll definitely be bringing this one to the veterinarian to have him take a look at it. So I would say I probably wouldn't sell this one until something gets corrected with that umbilical cord. Other than that, it looks good. Good looking snake. Should we get a name for it? Pull a name out of the bucket. A lot of these names I haven't used before. This one's name is Delta. Alright, so this box feels really heavy. I think there's a lot of snakes in this one. Wow, look at them all. Ooh-wee, that's a lot of snakes. I could get in trouble here with all these snakes when they come flying out of the box here. Alright, so what I'm going to do with all these, one like really wants to come out. I'm just going to grab one and I'm going to put the cover back on so we don't lose any. Alright, so take a look at this one. Looking good. This one almost looks like it shed out already, which is really cool. I think this one did shed. So wow, look at how long it is. You definitely see a lot of purple on the sides there. Look at that. No problem with the umbilical on this one. Looks like he has both eyes. No defects, no kinks. Looking good, looking good. Little squirrely. Little squirrely, not too bad. Little head shy. Alright, so we'll pick out a name for this guy. This one's name is Ribbit. R-I-B-B-I-T. Ribbit. Alright, that's a cool one. Alright, let's see if we can get another one out without losing a whole bunch of them here. It's kind of weird. That one looked like it shed out, but I don't see any sheds in this box. So maybe it didn't. Alright, so got another one. I'm going to close this up here so we don't have snakes flying all over the snake room, all over the floor and the table. Look at how beautiful this one is. I don't know, this one looks like it's shed out. Look at how beautiful it is. That's stunning. Alright, got both eyes, no defects, no kinks. Let's look at a lot of times, like right around the navel area of the belly, a lot of times they'll have like a swollen belly. That's kind of the yolk that they're still absorbing right in their stomach, right in here. Which is pretty normal for most snakes. Looking good. Seems like maybe a little bit thinner than up in the head and the neck area than some of them. Looks like he's not as head shy as the other ones. Looking pretty good. Looking good. This guy seems really friendly. Maybe the friendliest one? I'd say, maybe. It's interesting, right out of the egg, they're like, some are friendly and some are not. This one's name is Brighton. B-R-I-G-H-T-O-N. Alright, so let's take another one out here. Oh, look at that. We have one in the egg still. On this one. Hopefully he's okay. What's going on, buddy? I don't know what's going on with that one. Alright, I'm going to throw some of these eggs out. Definitely want to make sure What's weird is there's like a big, huge mass in the egg. Look at that. It's like a, I don't know what that is. It looks like it's in almost all the eggs, like a big mass. Some are bigger than others. Alright, let's see what we got here. Ooh, this guy is spicy. Alright, come on, I'm taking you. I'm taking you because you're a little bit feisty here. Alright, let's close this up before we lose one. Want to lose one? Alright, so just the first one seemed like it was Bozo. Seemed like the most feisty, I guess you'd say. Feisty. I think it's I'm convinced it's because that one was all by itself without any other snakes touching it. So it's not really used to being touched. Where these have been up against other snakes, I think. This one, the eyes look good, the mouth looks good. No kinks. Let's look at the belly. No navel problems. Looking good on that one. Look at how long there. That's amazing. Alright, let's get a name for this guy. This guy's name is Zonk. Z-O-N-K. Zonk. Where did you come up with these names? This is the first time I've actually used any of these names. These are brand new for this year. That one's a really good looking snake. Alright, so let's take a look at another one. I'm not quite sure what to do about the one that's still in the egg. I should try to take them out. There's another big mass in there that's just weird. Yeah, no sheds. I think this is the clear before the shed because there's no sheds in here, even though they look like they've shed. I think they're gonna drastically change. Look, I thought this was like 4 snakes. It's like 2 because they're so long and lanky. That's pretty wild. And look at the difference between, it looks like that one is a lot lighter than this one. Like this one's a darker orange. Of course, you really can't tell until they shed out. But look at how beautiful these are. Stunning. Even though they're pretty much all the same. Look at the patterns on the sides. That's awesome. Really awesome. This guy's got both eyes. Looks like his mouth's okay. No kinks that I can see. Umbilical cord looks good right there. Got that line right down his head. Pretty awesome. This guy seems really tame. Really tame. Maybe the tamest one. Super tame. Alright, let's see what this guy's name is. His name is Poe. His or her. I haven't figured out the males or the females yet. But this guy's name, I kinda asked for gender neutral names, so you know they could be male or female with the same name. I got rid of the name Elvis out of the jar because last year I had a female named Elvis, so this year we're going with more gender neutral names. Alright, so let's take a look at what we have here. We have one more out of the egg. This one's kind of interesting because it seems like it's a little bit lighter than the other ones. Not quite as dark. Seems like it's okay. Pretty friendly so far. See if I get this cover back on. Seems like most of these are really friendly. I'd say all of them really, except the first one. That first one is crazy. Alright, this one's looking good. I think this is just maybe a different stage of shed on this one. Maybe still kind of more in the blue phase. Where it's... Look at how fat that belly is. Which is a lot of yolk absorbed in there. The umbilical cord looks good. No problem at all. Good looking snake right there. Super friendly. Alright, let's pull a name for this one. Alright, this is Damascus. Cool name. Alright, so we're down to this last one that hasn't come out of the egg yet. I'm kind of concerned about this one. I almost feel like I need to help him out a little bit. I think he needs to come out. Let me get my scissors real quick. See if I can cut him out of there. My biggest fear on that one, my biggest fear on a snake like this that doesn't come out is like a genetic defect to where he's all twisted up to where he can't get out. But he's been in there for, he's been in the incubator for 3 days. Whoa. Alright, buddy. Come on out. What's going on? I usually don't want them to come out before their time, but yeah, everyone else is out. Let's see. Alright, buddy. Come on out. Come on out. What do you got going on here? What do we got going on? He's looks good. He looks like he's ready to come out. Oh, it's really getting stinky. Oh, he's like, oh, it's so disgusting. Oh, the smell of the rotten egg juice that he was sitting in. Oh, and it's all over my hands. Oh, it smells like it almost smells like dead fish or something. Oh. Whew, that poor guy. Whew. Oh. Alright, so yuck. What am I even gonna do with this one? Oh my goodness. That is nasty. Oh, that is really nasty. Oh. Alright, see if I can even, oh. I'm gonna have to like bleach my hands. Alright, this guy's name is Bugs. It smells like a dead bug. B-U-G-Z. Alright, oh, I'll be ready to put this one, oh, in his tub. Yuck. Alright, so I took a break and I washed my hands for like 5 minutes to get that stink off my hands. Oh, that was pretty bad. Alright, so here's another box. Let's see what we got in here. Wow, look at all those snakes. Alright, so let's just grab one here. One that wants to come out. See if we can get him. That is a bunch of snakes right there, huh? Alright. Looks like they're doing good. That one looked like he wanted them out. I think these guys would eat already if you tried to feed them. As a matter of fact, I was thinking I could do like a first feeding video of these guys. I usually don't do feeding videos. It'll probably get demonetized. But I thought it'd be kind of interesting doing like frozen thawed mouse hoppers just to see how these guys do on the first. I bet they would all eat a frozen thawed mouse hopper after their first shed. You wouldn't have to do live at all on retics, I'm guessing. But this guy's looking good. Looks like he has both eyes, no problems with his mouth. Let's look for kinks. Eyes look for kinks. No kinks so far in any of my. I've never had a kink snake actually. Looks like the umbilical cord looks good. Looks like he's pretty friendly. Good looking snake right there. Alright, he doesn't stink, which is good. Alright, this guy's name is Hooch. Good name. Alright, so I pulled another one out. Apparently, I hit record, but it didn't record, so I hit stop and it started recording. I'm like, what in the world's going on? Alright, so I pulled another one out of the box. Looking pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. So I actually went in, pulled all the eggshells out, and when I was pulling the eggshells out, I found a DOA. I'm pretty sure this is a dead in the shell. We'll have to look at it at the end, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing viable in there. But this guy's looking good. Look for kinks. You always want to look for kinks. I actually almost bought a snake at a show once, and then he handed it to me and it had a kink. He didn't even know it had a kink, so you definitely always want to look at everything. Umbilical cord looks good. The eyes look good. Looks really friendly. Not too bad for a brand new out of the box snake here. Alright, so we'll pull a name. Alright, this one's named Tootsie. That's a good name for this one. Tootsie's looking pretty good. A little bit head shy. Alright, so let's take a look at another snake here. Alright, so let's see what we got. So this guy, I was in here earlier taking out the eggs, and I think taking out the eggs kind of freaked him out a little bit, and then one guy got really super defensive. So if you have a defensive snake, I always found it's best to turn the box like 360 like this, and it kind of gives him a little. This guy right here he is fired up. He's like snapping at me and everything. Alright, buddy, I'm going to take you out. This guy was snapping at me as much as Bozo in the beginning. I think it's because I took the eggshells out. Alright, buddy, go back down, go back down. Go on. Alright, we don't want all the snakes coming out. Alright, so we'll see if we can do this without taking a bite here. This guy is pretty fired up. Yeah, because I was taking the eggs out of the box. Yeah, he's a little bit defensive. So it's funny, they're really super impressionable when they're the very first thing right in the box, if you get them a little bit freaked out. And it kind of changes everything. So you kind of, I think the thing that really helps to tame them down is to really touch them on the head or under the head, especially if you have a kind of an aggressive hatchling. For some reason, just putting their head right on your finger like that really starts to build some trust, I think, and can really change things a lot with your hatchlings. This guy's looking good, eyes look good. Nice tongue wag right now. He's really calmed down. Alright, I'm your friend, you don't have to bite me. Alright, no kinks that I can see. Umbilical cord, looks good, just a little spot right there. Alright, whoa, he opened his mouth on that one, wow. Very head shy, a little defensive on the head shyness. Yeah, this guy needs a little bit more work. This one and Bozo, like right at the beginning. Definitely. Alright, so this guy's name is Rich. Alright, so I was thinking about that last name, Rich. I don't know if that's a gender neutral name. That probably shouldn't have been on the list. I think that's a boy's name. We may have to remove that one from the list here. Alright, buddy. It's weird, you'll have these snakes are so long, you have two snakes here together, and it seems like, actually seems like you have 4 snakes. It looks like 4 ball pythons, because you have so much length on these, it's pretty incredible. Alright, so I'm going to close this one up, so we're not chasing snakes around the room. Take a look at this one, looking pretty good. Looks pretty friendly. I love the little purple stripe right down the back of the head. That's pretty awesome. This one looks good. Look for kinks. Looks like no kinks. Umbilical cord looks good. And sometimes you can tell by the way they wag their tongue as far as the aggression. You can see that's kind of a happy aggression or happy tongue wag. If they wag their tongue really slow, like up and down, like instead of going flap, 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 it goes up, you know, like maybe half speed or a third of the speed, then you know the snake is like in really in an aggressive mode. I kind of learned that with my male. When he was young, he used to do that a lot because he was really kind of wild when I got him. I think that's why they sold him to me, because he just wasn't handled. He was kind of wild. Used to do the slow tongue wag. This guy's looking good, looks real friendly. Alright, I'm getting all dirty, full of vermiculite here. This guy's name is Brownie. I guess that could be a girl's name and a boy's name. More of a boy's name. Maybe not so gender neutral. It's a good looking snake though. Alright, so we have one last lonely snake in this box here. Let's see what we got. Alright, buddy, here we go. Gotta really handle these guys carefully, nice and slow. You don't want to freak them out. It seems like they're really quick to bite once they get a little freaked out. So move really slow. This one seems like it has a lot more purple in it, really super purple. Even though these are lavender albinos, these aren't purple albinos. Alright, looking good. Has both eyes, no defects. Let's take a look for kinks. I always like to put, at least once, I like to take their head and just put it on my hand. Just a little bit, just like that. Seems like that alone really builds a lot of trust right there. The umbilical cord looks good. It's more of a belly button. No kinks that I can see. It's not trying to bite me. Looking good, looking good. Alright, this one's friendly. Good looking snake. Alright. Pull a name out of the hat. This guy's name is Apple. Hey, that'd be a good name for a company. Alright, so I have this DOA egg. I don't even know what to do with this. It smells really bad. It just looks like I don't know. I don't know what happened. But I'm poking it, it's not moving. Looks like maybe a birth defect in the egg and it didn't survive. That's my guess. I'm just going to toss it. Alright, so here's another box. I'm doing good in that I haven't gotten bit yet. And let me tell you, this is not like your ball pythons. A ball python would never bite you like this out of an egg box. You never get snakes snapping at you, which is kind of crazy. Alright, so I'm going to slowly grab one here. Let's see. We'll slowly grab you, buddy. Oh, this guy seems really friendly. Really super friendly. I think as he's been crawling around with all his friends and he's used to being touched. Looking good, looking good. Alright. Looks like his eyes are looking good. No problems at all. Look at the beautiful patterns. This one seems really purple too. A lot more purple in this one. They're all really head shy. They're head shy to the point of biting you from being head shy. That's why it's always good to kind of lay them right on your hand, just like that. Build that trust a little bit. It's like offering him your hand. You can bite me if you want. Alright, looking good. Yeah, these guys, you definitely have to go slow with them. Don't want to move fast. This guy's a little bit squirrely, huh? He wants to get away. Alright, let's pick a name for this guy out of the hat. Alright, this guy's name is Noodle. Alright. Good name. Alright, so let's take a look at what else we have in this box. Oh, this is getting messy. And this video, I think, is getting pretty long. This is a pretty long video. Alright, so in the last box, I was pulling the eggs out first, and it freaked the snakes out to where they started getting snappy. So in this one, I'm going to start pulling the snakes before I pull the eggs. Oh wow, there's only two. It looked like a whole bunch of snakes. And it's only 2 because they're so long and lanky. That is pretty wild. I'm like, man, this box is full of snakes, and then you look, there's only 3. Alright, let's take a look at this guy. Eyes look good. Looking really good. They look so dry because none of them have shed yet. I can't wait to see what they look like after the shed. Usually it's like night and day between like coming right out of the egg box from when they haven't shed to where they shed. And from what I've seen on YouTube, I saw a guy that actually had some lavender albinos. I don't know if they were a dwarf and super dwarf, but they were absolutely stunning. So this is like not really what they're gonna look like after they shed out for the first time. So let's take a look. Look for any kinks. No kinks. Look for kinks in the spine where they can't completely straighten out. He looks good. The belly button looks good right there. No umbilical cord problems. Look at how long he is. It's like as long as my whole arm. Look at that. Longer than my whole arm. My forearm, which is crazy. Right out of the egg, too. Alright. Camille. Interesting name. Camille. Nice. Alright, let's see what else we have in here. It looks like we have snakes in an egg. And then we have this one. It looks like those snakes have some movement in that one. Looks like that one may be one of the twins, maybe, on that one. Alright, so I'm going to close this up just to make sure when I turn my back I don't lose any snakes. Don't want to lose any of these guys. Alright, so take a look at this one. Nice. Eyes look good. Mouth looks good. Tongue wag is good. Not a real aggressive tongue wag. Let's look for kinks. See if he has any kinks. Looks like he can straighten out really good. Little, well, looks like his belly button's okay there. Alright, nice healthy looking snake right here. Really thick. This one looks really thick. Someone was actually asking me which female was my biggest. It's like, I don't even know. I haven't even looked at them yet. This is the first time I look at them. Looking at them right out of the incubator. So, and you know, with retics it doesn't really matter because they grow so fast. I mean, if you start, you know, technically you could feed these guys like every 2 or 3 days. And within 2 weeks, even the smallest female would be bigger than your biggest one. So most people kind of limit feed these maybe once a week when they're smaller. You definitely don't want to feed them every day because they'll get really big really fast. Alright, so this guy's name is Echo. Nice looking snake. Nice big chunky looking snake. Really friendly too. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we have another stinky one in here that's still in the egg that we need to rescue, that refuses to come out. Looks like these are all empty. Look at this poor guy. Oh my goodness. This almost looks like hopefully this guy's okay. Oh, this one almost looks like a twin where one of them didn't survive. It was just a big mass. Let's see if we can get him out here. Look at how skinny this one is. Wow, skinny and stinky. Alright buddy, come on, come on. Here we go. So yeah, it looks like it could have been a twin, but it didn't. Oh yeah, it was a twin. Look, he's like DOA in there. I can see his head. Poor guy. Alright, so we had a twin where one of them didn't survive. I don't know if that's one of the twins that I saw. I could have been. So we might not end up with 40 snakes. But look at how skinny this guy is. Oh, he's so stinky too. Whoo, super stinky. If you're looking for the smallest snake, I'd say most people don't look for the biggest dwarf, super dwarf. They're usually, you know, dwarf, super dwarf, they're looking for the smallest snake because they want the smallest reticulated python. And I would say this would probably be the one if you're looking for something where you can keep it small. Alright, this one's name is Alfredo. Makes me hungry. Alright, that's a good looking snake. Alright, let's take a closer look. I want to look at the eyes and the mouth. It almost looks like the nose is a little shorter on this one. Looks like it kind of has a, almost like a, kind of like the black pastel combos where it kind of has like a shortened, maybe, shortened nose. Maybe it's just because it's a smaller snake. See if it has any kinks. Umbilical cord looks clean. Alright. Interesting nose. I'll have to keep an eye on the nose. I think it's just because it's a smaller snake. It just has a shorter nose because it's small. I think it's okay. Looking good. Alright, so this video is so long that my battery actually died. I was right in the middle of this box and I hear this click and I'm like, what in the world? And my camera battery died, so I've been using chlorhexidine on a paper towel to kind of clean up my hands because we're getting so many stinky eggs. Ugh. Alright, so here's another box. Take a look at this box. That is one of the craziest boxes that I've ever seen in my whole collection. That is so many snakes and eggs all wrapped up together. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Alright, so it looks like we have so many snakes in there, but they're just so long. It's not that many snakes, it's just that they're so long. It's just a few, which is wild. Alright, it looks like a little tiny twin right there we got. Alright, buddy. I want to keep you in. Don't want to lose you. Don't want to squash your head here. Alright, so let's start with this guy. This guy looks pretty beefy. Pretty good. Good tongue wag. Looks pretty friendly. Got both eyes. I don't know, maybe that's just the way their nose is. On that other one, I think it's just a normal nose. Alright, so let's look for any kinks here. Looks good. Umbilical cord looks good. Alright, so let's pull a name on this guy. Alright, I don't know if this is gender neutral either. This one's name is Lulu. Alright, let's see what else we have in our box of snakes. Alright, something smells pretty bad in this box here. I think it's the eggs with the kind of the rotten juice in there. Alright, boy, that one looks really tiny. That's still in the box. Definitely a twin. This guy is definitely not a twin. Look at how big he is. Looking really good. Some of them have, like this one has an interesting pattern, like right past the head, like on this neck area right in here. It's almost like static electric kind of a pattern, which is pretty wild. The eyes look good. Let's look for any kinks. Got a little bit in the belly button area. I think it's okay. Want to keep an eye on that one. Sometimes you'll get just a little bit like that. It's usually not a problem. But with the big masses like we had on that one, you really have to watch that. Alright, this guy looks really friendly. Really super friendly. Not bad at all. One of the more friendly ones, I'd say. Friendly and curious. Alright, let's see what we got for a name on this one. This one is Wiggles. He's definitely wiggling around too. That's a good name for this guy. Alright, so I'm starting to think this is going to be a really long video. Going through all these snakes. Alright, let's see what we have here. Let's take a look at this little guy right here. This is, I believe this is a twin. Look at how tiny this guy is. Super tiny. This would actually be, I would say if you wanted to keep your super dwarfs really small, you'd probably start out with like a twin and kind of slow feed them. And you'd keep them really small. I've actually seen people at the reptile shows with mainland retics, like 3 years old, that are like the size of what you'd normally see like a super dwarf. I'm convinced it comes down to how much you feed them. The more you feed them, the bigger they get. To a certain degree, it really depends on genetics, but it depends on the food too. This guy's looking good. Got some good looking eyes. Not quite as long. Like if you look at the length, just a really small snake. This one's really awesome. As a matter of fact, if I kept one, it might be something like this, like a really small one. Try to keep it small. That's a pretty awesome snake. We can look for kinks. Make sure there's no problems anywhere. Belly button looks good. Looking really friendly, super friendly. I'd say for the most part, most of them are really friendly. Alright, so did we use this name already? Maybe. I might have some duplicates in there. We may have used that name. Let's see what we got here. We haven't used this one yet. How about that one? This is Slippy. That's a good name for this little guy. Alright, let's see if we can get another one out of here. Boy, look at this one. This one's huge compared to Slippy. This one is massive. Wow, right out of the egg. That is huge. I think this is definitely the biggest one. Still don't know if they're males or females yet. Usually I wait until they've had at least 2 or 3 meals before you probe them. It seems like I get some. When I first started, it seemed like with my ball pythons, when I first probe them right out of the egg, I'd have a lot of wrong answers as far as the males and the females. But usually after, 3 to 6 meals, they get a little bit of weight on them, and for whatever reason, I don't know if they're just too young to probe right out of the egg. So these guys, I don't know. It seemed like you could probe these because they're so big. That's a big snake. Right out of the egg, never had a meal. That's crazy. Eyes look good. I guess they do all kind of have the same nose. So no problem with the nose on that one. Looking good. Belly button looks good. No kinking. Really super straight. All the way to the tail. Super friendly. This guy's really friendly. Look at that guy. Really kind of squirrely. Little bit squirrely. Oh, here's a good name. Whoa, he's getting away. Alright, this guy's name is Angel. Nice name. Alright, let's see what else we have here. I think we had one more out of the egg. See how he's doing here. Kind of jammed in here. Alright, buddy. Let's see. Oh, we got another one in there that's still kicking. These are all just empty eggs. There's a huge mass in this one. I bet that's the other twin in that one. It's going to be stinky. It's always really stinky. Alright, so take a look at this guy. He's really chunky. Look at how big this guy is. Maybe not quite as big as Angel, the last one. Looking good. Eyes look good. Take a look and see if he has any See if he has a really straight spine, no problems. Belly button looks good. Super long. Look at how long he is. Really super long. Alright, let's pull a name for this guy. See what we can get here. Alright, so this guy's new name is Fettuccine. That's a good name for this guy. Seems really friendly too. Nice looking snake. Alright, so we'll take a look at this last one here. So this is empty. This one is empty. That's empty. This one, there's a snake in that one. There's a big mass in this one, but no snake. Alright, this guy needs to come out. Hopefully there's not a problem with this guy. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Here you go. Oh, I'm always nervous about snakes left behind. Looks good though. No problems. Look at how skinny he is. This guy's super skinny. Wow, look at how skinny that is. Wow. Super small and skinny. Looks really good though. Boy, this guy, I don't even know if he could take a mouse hopper, maybe. Some of those other ones look like they could take bigger meals, but this one probably do mouse hoppers for sure. Looks very friendly, very squirrely, very stinky right out of the egg. Very stinky. I'll have to get some more disinfectant out for my hands. Really beautiful. Not as purple as the other ones. This is interesting. It almost looks like he has a little bruise right on the side. I don't know if you can see that, like a dark spot. Interesting. Have to keep an eye on that one. Alright, yuck. Kind of stinky. Stinky left in the egg. Here's a good name for this little guy. Little Peanut. Alright. Alright, so here's another box. I have to say this is definitely clearing out my incubator. Crazy. Alright, so take a look at these guys. Looks like we got 3 eggs and 3 snakes. So weird how it looks like way more than 3 snakes. Alright, buddies. So I think I got the biggest one right here. This guy's huge. Huge, especially compared to that last one. Little baby Peanut was so small. It's like a third of this one. This guy's a monster compared to that one. So he's got some good looking eyes. Let's see what his spine looks like. I'm always freaked out about kinks or no paradoxing or anything that I've seen on any of these. Looks like his belly button's good. His mouth is good. Face is good. Looking good. A really nice big chunky one right here. Alright, so let's see what we got. Alright, so this guy's name is Electra. Alright, so let's see what else we have in this box. Should have 2 more here. And it's interesting, look at the difference in color. Like one's a lot purpler, more purple than the other one. This one is a little bit flighty here, a little bit flighty. Alright, take a look at this guy, yeah. A little bit crazy. I think I scared him. He got a little defensive. It's so amazing how like right out of the box they can get defensive and snappy, which is pretty interesting. You have to be really careful on some of these. And it seems like some of them are a lot more defensive than others. It's so funny because they have like their own little personalities. right out of the box, right out of the egg, where ball pythons don't really have that. You know, it seems like ball pythons kind of develop their personality a little bit later on, where these guys are completely different as far as their personalities right out of the egg. Look at that guy. Kind of freaked him out a little bit. Looks pretty good. Alright, let's see if he's got a straight spine. Look at how long he's this one's super long. Super long. This one's a really big one. Look at his eyes. His eyes look good. See his umbilical cord. There's a little belly button right there. Looks good. No problems other than I really scared him. I scared him quite a bit when I first jumped in there to pull him out. But he's doing great now. These guys tame down really easy. Alright, so this guy's name is Medusa. Alright, so I think we have one more in here. One last lonely snake here. You know what's kind of interesting? I've noticed that the last one kind of got defensive because I think it's because I came in here and I picked up an eggshell and it got really defensive and a little bit snappy. I think that kind of freaks them out for some reason. So when you're going into these boxes, which I think these are all empty, the trick is that I'm finding so far with all these snakes, don't pick up the eggshells first, pick up the snakes first. Which is interesting. This guy is really big and chunky. Looking good. Eyes look good. Nose and mouth. Nice straight spine. Looks like his belly button's good. Looks pretty friendly. Hasn't snapped at me. Looking good. Alright, if he'll give me my finger back. This guy's really long. Alright, so this guy's name is Fluffy. Alright, so here's another box. I'm starting to think we're not going to have 40 snakes because we had those DOAs. Even though we had twins. But you never know. Wow! Look at all these snakes. That's funny, there's only 2 eggs in here. I don't know if these are both twins. That's pretty wild. Like 2 sets of twins in one box from 2 eggs. I don't know if I took any eggshells out. Maybe I did. But they're all looking really skinny. Really super skinny. Alright, buddy, here we go. First contact. It's always the most important, I think. Trying to pick these guys up for the very first time without freaking them out. Because it seems like it really has a long-lasting effect if you scare them at the beginning. Look how tiny this guy is. Super skinny. Wow. This guy's like super small. Definitely one of the twins. Look at the kind of the crazy pattern right back behind the neck here. It's almost like reminds me of kind of the like the asphalts and the freeways, kind of that kind of exploded pattern right behind the neck. That guy's pretty awesome. Let's see if we can stretch him out a little. Make sure you can straighten out. Looks good. No problems. The belly button looks good. Very friendly, very curious. It seems like the smaller ones are a lot more friendly than the bigger ones. Seems like the bigger ones can be a little bit more feisty. They take a little bit more to tame them down, from what I'm seeing. Maybe. I don't know why that would be. Alright, so I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. Is it Lilo or Lilo? Lilo. That's a good name for this little guy. So cute. Alright, so I'm starting to realize that all of a sudden I have a lot of snakes. I have a ton of snakes now. I can't believe how many snakes are in the snake room with the addition of all of these. Take a look at this one. Looks like this one could be another twin. It'll be interesting to see how many we end up with at the end. There's only one more box after this. Alright, let's take a look at this guy. Eyes look good. Nice and straight. Let's see. I definitely want to check for kinks. Good thing to do on all your snakes. Umbilical cord looks good and clean. Looks very friendly and curious. Alright, let's see what we got for a name here. Alright, so this guy's name is Savage. Alright, let's see what else we got here in this box of retics. See if we can pull another one out here. This guy's looking good. I don't know if this one is a twin. This guy is pretty big. This guy is a really big one. I think that was in that box. I think there was 2 twins and one that's not a twin. But look at how big he is compared to the other ones. It's pretty amazing. Looks like he's doing alright. Not that aggressive for being a big snake so far. Hasn't tried to bite me. Looks, oh, I love the patterns on these. Look at how long he is. That's unbelievable how long they are. Alright, head looks good. Let's check for any kinks. Umbilical cord looks good. He's looking really good, really big. Super healthy. All these snakes are really healthy. Alright, so this guy's name is Delta. Alright, so let's see what else we have here. It looks like these both have to be twins. These are really super small. Oh, they're all twisted up. They're twisted up like a knot. Oh, that's funny. Alright, buddy, I don't want you both. Oh my goodness. Look at how skinny the end of the tail is. Super skinny. It's like smaller than a worm. It's like it comes to a really super skinny point. It's amazing. All right, let's take a look at this guy. I thought there was something wrong with his head, but it looks like it's just dirt. Really super skinny. So I guess I need to start asking people, do you want a skinny snake, or do you want, a small skinny one, or do you want a big fat one? Because there's definitely a huge difference. This is like a little worm compared to those other ones. And if you look at how long, they're still really long, about as long as my arm. Still super long, but really super skinny. Huh, it's interesting. All right, so let's look at the eyes. Look good. Let's look for any problems in the spine. Looks good. Let's see. Umbilical cord looks good. Yeah, these are all super friendly. I'd say there's only just a few that were a little bit snappy. Overall, most of them are real friendly. I'd say maybe 3 or 4 were a little bit snappy right out of the box. Interesting. Alright, this one doesn't have any freckles, but his name is Freckles. That's a good name. Alright, so you know it's a long video when you have 2 batteries die. I had another battery die on my camera. Oh my goodness. I don't know, I gotta speed things up. Alright, so we got one more in here. Let's take a look at this guy. Definitely one of the twins. Really super friendly. It's in a really deep blue shed. looking good. We can check for kinks. No kinks. Umbilical cord looks good. Alright, so I already did a video on this and then it died like halfway through. I pulled a name and we're going to name this one Ollie. Alright, so this is the last box. That definitely cleared out my incubator. Which is crazy. Oh, look, they got them on top of the... They're all over the place. This is one of the heaviest boxes. I think this had the most really good eggs in it. Boy, look at all these snakes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here we go. See if we can pull out a big one without taking a bite here. Without freaking them out. We'll try to keep them in the box. Alright. Things are getting crazy. All those snakes. Alright, so here's a big one. The big ones are usually a lot more skittish for whatever reason across the board, which is interesting. Really interesting. And it's even more interesting that they're all the same genetics, because you can't really blame, you know, sometimes people say, hey, the certain genes in this are responsible for more aggression, but these pretty much all have the same genetics, so looking good, looking good. Beautiful, really thick and chunky snake. Not too head shy. The eyes look good. Let's take a look, see if we can see any kinks or anything. Of course, even though they're like a little bit more jumpy out of the egg box, they tame down really quick. Retics, yeah, probably one of the I'd say probably one of the easiest to tame down, as far as, you know, being real, even if they're real snappy. Looking good. Let's look at the umbilical cord. Belly button looks good. Nice looking snake. It's looking friendly now. One-on-one, it seems like they're, once they get used to you a little bit. Alright, so that's an interesting name. This guy's name is Acorn. Alright, let's see if we can pull out another one without losing any. There's a lot of snakes in this box. A lot of snakes. I can't even believe how many snakes I got from this clutch. I've heard of people getting like up to 85 snakes with retics. Which is crazy. I can't believe you can get that many. Alright, so let's take a look at this one. Another full size. I don't think this one's a twin. Looks like this one's doing better. Pretty mellow. Face looks pretty good. I don't know how long my battery's going to last, because this is the one that's I was charging. So we'll see how far we get on this battery. I'm charging the other. I only have 2 batteries for this camera. I never actually burned through 2, and I usually don't do really long videos like this. Alright, so the belly button right here looks clear, looks good. Not bad, really mellow. And this is a really mellow big one. That's a good looking snake right there. Really super friendly. Alright, this one's name is Zucchini. Alright, dwindling down here to the last few. Let's see if we can get another one. Move really slow. First time ever being handled. First time ever being out of the egg box. Alright, we don't want to lose another one. Alright, so let's take a look at this one. Definitely not a twin. Not really as chunky as some of them. Like a mid-size. Looking pretty good. Good friendly tongue flick. see, wow, this one seems extra long, really super long. Look at how long that is. That's crazy, crazy long. All right, looks like some good eyes. No problems there. The umbilical cord, belly button looks clear. Alright, that's a good looking snake right there. Pretty friendly. Nice and friendly. No problem. Alright, this guy's name is Twinkie. Alright, so we're down to the last few, and I haven't gotten bit yet. Which is a good sign. Put that on my resume. Alright, wow, these seem like they're really super bright. They're really bright snakes. And this box seems brighter than usual, maybe. Alright, pull this one out. That one looks like a twin. Looks like there's a couple twins in there. This one is definitely not a twin. Look at how big and chunky this guy is. Looking good. Very nice, very nice. The eyes look good. Mouth looks good. Let's take a look at how straight the back is. Super long, super chunky. Look at how chunky that is. Alright, belly looks clear. Belly button looks clear. Looks pretty friendly. Most of these 95% are really friendly, seems like. Right out of the box. Alright, you just don't want to surprise them for the first handling right out of the egg box. Oh, this is an interesting name. Alright, so this one's name is, oh, I lost it. This one's name is, let me turn it upside down here so you can read it. It's kind of an interesting name. Ooh, his name is Westy. I don't know if he got head shy or if he tried to snap at it. I think he kind of freaked him out. I don't know if it was a snap or if it was what's going on with this guy. But yeah, the big one's a little more quick to snap, a little more spicy, I'd say, on the big ones compared to the smaller ones. Alright, getting close to the end. Let's see what we have here. Have a few more. Let's see what we have. See if we can be gentle with these guys. Down to the last three. This guy looks like he wasn't a twin, but it looks like he's slightly thinner. Not quite as chunky as some of them. Got a cute little tongue. You can definitely tell he's got the friendly tongue flick going there. He's super long. See if I can straighten out his back. I thought maybe he had a paradox a little bit, but I don't think so. No, it was just a little piece of vermiculite on there. Oh, he's got a little bit of a thing going on right there. On his navel, should be fine. As long as it's not really big. I have to keep an eye on that one. Back looks really straight. A little bit jumpy. This guy's really jumpy. A little bit ticklish, I'd say. Try to keep away from his weird. I think it's because maybe it hurts a little bit on his belly button. You just have to. Usually they dry up and they fall off. Those little ones like that. All right. So this guy's name is Pebbles. All right. Alright, so I think we're down to the last two twins. Of course, I didn't look inside of these eggs to see if there's anything else
in those eggs, so we'll have to do that at the end. I think they're all empty from what I'm seeing. We'll double check those. So this is definitely one of the twins. Look at how skinny this one is. So cute. I love these little skinny ones. And of course, cute and friendly. Look, you could even like rough these up a little bit. Kind of, you don't have to be really careful with them because they're like super friendly. These really tiny ones. Interesting. It's very interesting. Just kind of the behavior. The belly button's clear. No kinks. Looking good. Alright, just need a name on this guy. See what we got here. Oh, I probably shouldn't have folded these. I'm having a hard time opening these up. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Alright, of course I'm... wait a minute. Noodle? I think... didn't we already have a noodle? I think that's a duplicate. Some of these are duplicates. I definitely don't want duplicates with these. Alright, here's a name I haven't used yet. Booper! Alright, this guy's name is Booper. Alright, so here's the last one. So I burned through 1.5 blocks of coconut husk. I burned through a whole this label maker, the tape, a whole thing of tape, printing out all these labels. Going through quite a bit of stuff. So here, this is definitely one of the twins. Another really skinny one, looking really good. Still hasn't shed, looks really crinkly, like the shed is coming soon. The eyes look good on this one. No problems. Nice and straight. Whoa, he's trying to get away. Alright, belly button looks good. Nice and healthy, friendly of course. Little guys seem to be really friendly. Alright, see if I can get this label open here. Alright, so this is an interesting name. This one's name is Dax. Little tiny skinny one. So I'm actually going to finish up showing you, as a matter of fact, maybe I'll take a look, see if there's anything in here. I don't think there's anything left in any of these. These are all empty eggs. Alright, so we're done. So I'm going to finish up showing you where I'm putting all these snakes. I want to show you the snake rack that all these are in for the final clip in this video. Alright, so this is where I put all those reticulated pythons. This is an ARS 1065. You can put 65 hatchlings in here. I think the retail on this rack is over $3,000, which is crazy. And I didn't think I'd ever buy one of these. My first big batch of ball pythons, when I was selling my hatchlings, I sold a bunch of hatchlings and I bought this. This is fantastic. And it was completely empty. As a matter of fact, it was turned off. And I turned it on yesterday, let all the heat strips. It actually has heat strips in the back of the tub for a 90-degree hot spot in the back. And then if you kind of look at how these are set up. So for example, on this one, here is Dax, the little tiny twin. He's got plenty of room. Look at how much room he is in there. Plenty of room for then like right on the back, I kind of clear away some of the substrates so they can sit right on the hot spot. Then they have a little bit of water up front, and then I use the coconut husk chip. Smells really good with fresh coconut husk chip. And I have room for 10, 20, 26 more snakes there. And then over here I have another hatchling rack, ARS 1039 I think is in here. So it'll hold like, I believe it's 39, like one shy of 40. And I have some, my albino head pods. This one's actually eaten twice. Take a look at that beauty. That'll go on sale here pretty soon. Need a few more meals than these guys. And then I have some from last year. Let's see. I got some big ones. Look, I think I have 3 snakes left from last year. One of them is this one. Look at how beautiful that is. That is my Super Pastel 100% Het Desert Ghost. Just 3 left there, and then the rest are all empty. I might actually run out of room if my Ball Pythons really pick up. I might have to order another hatchling rack and try to figure out how to squeeze it in here. So that's pretty much it. Those are all the retics. I might put them over on Morph Market and take pictures of them all, but it's going to be a while before I actually get the time to go through and photograph each one. And then I have to go through and figure out the males and the females. That's going to be, I mean, it takes a long time to actually just go through and label them and figure out the genders and take the pictures and everything. So eventually I'll get all that over on Morph Market. So, all right, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.